Oh hey, just reading issue 1. Welcome to issue 1 bump. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of issue 1 bump, where we take a look at the brand new series in comics and tell you what's up. This week we're going to be looking at the one series that really caught my eye, Robin, Son of Batman. With the DC reordering in full swing, there's a lot of quality coming out of DC right now. Most of the Bat Kids now have their own series. 2 weeks ago, we got Batman Beyond, which features Tim Drake taking over for Terry McGinnis. Last week, we got the new Red Hood and Arsenal team-up comic, which is Jason Todd, Red Hood being Jason Todd, and Dick Grayson has had his own Super Spy series since last year, simply titled Grayson. Who does that leave? Well, it leaves us with Damian Wayne taking the center role in Robin, Son of Batman, with Patrick Gleason on script and pencils, Mick Gray on ink, and John Callis on colors. I'm a firm believer that each Robin represents a distilled aspect of Batman, and Damian keeps with that tradition. With Dick Grayson, we got the origin of Batman, as well as the acrobat. Jason Todd was the unbridled rage of Batman, which eventually got him killed. A death in the family, totally worth the read. Tim Drake was the detective, and is one of the only people in the DC universe to put 2 and 2 together and discover that Bruce Wayne was Batman all on his own. Damian Wayne represents the killer that lives in Batman, the killer that Batman turned away from when he turned down the position of the leader of the League of Assassins all those years ago. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of Damian Wayne at his introduction in Batman and Son, since it seemed a little far-fetched that Batman would have a kid, but Grant Morrison convinced me over the course of that book. If you're a little lost as to who Damian is, you could either pick up Batman and Son, or just keep listening to our show. Damian Wayne is the son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul, daughter of Ra's al Ghul, leader of the League of Assassins. Damian spent his childhood training to unite the League of Assassins and the Batman clan into a powerful force of uninhibited justice. Throughout the comics featuring Damian, he offhandedly mentions his training, but we never go into deep discussion about it, and that is what Gleason hopes to approach in this new series. Now, this book is a little hard to follow if you're new to Batman in general, and I would recommend taking a step back and reading Scott Snyder's New 52 Batman to catch up. But if you've read that, or really any Batman and Robin series, then not many of the characters shown here will be new to you. Damian radiates a confidence that you don't see out of many of the Robins, and Gleason does a good job of showing that this is a kid who knows what he wants to do and does it. He starts us off with a rather traditionally campy superhero scene where Damian's pet gargoyle, Goliath, is chained up by the king of Bialya, a nice fake country, and Damian breaks him out. The scene is meant to establish that Damian cannot and will not be treated like a child. He treats adults the same way that adults treat children, and it's really an entertaining exchange to watch. Much of the first book is spent giving us an idea of the inner turmoil that is going on in Damian. The book takes a dark turn every time Damian dwells on his training, and we spend a lot of time in dream sequences. Since this is all new information, it doesn't feel unnecessary or clunky, and it gives us a really good look at exactly where Damian is as a hero, or anti-hero. From the internal conflict, we'll be dealing with what Damian calls the Year of Blood, which was his final year of training as an assassin, and for external conflict, we're dealing with the real consequences of murder in the Batman universe, taking the form of the daughter of Nobody, a vigilante that Damian killed. Gleason's art throughout the book is very clean, combining a very open feel to the characters, but a more detailed background and props. It draws people into the characters, allowing the reader to imagine themselves as Damian, but creates a concreteness of the world which can be used to chilling effect. It worked very well for Damian's inaugural series, Batman and Son, and it continues to be very effective for this book. If I had to compare the style to another book, I would have to say it reminds me a little of Lock and Key by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. The book is cartoony and fun when it needs levity, and dark and scary when it needs to advance what is relatively a dark plot. As far as panel layout, this is definitely a very frantic comic, with smaller panels layering on top of the larger ones. A lot of information is crammed into this book, yet it never feels rushed. I'm super excited to see how Damian develops during his first solo quest to become a superhero. I bumped the pants off of this book. The Bat Pack has been the saving grace for the New 52, and the new DCU promises to keep churning out quality stories for us. That's going to be our show for this week. I'm going to throw an honorable mention out there for issue 9 of Southern Bastards, which is the first issue of volume 3 of the series. Jason Aaron and Jason Latour have been creating a phenomenal character drama based in Alabama around football and murder, and I gotta say it's one of the best comics coming out right now. Let's start with the cool stuff from this week. From DC, we're going to be talking about 2 new series, the Omega Men and Bizarro. Both got issue 1s with the start of the new-ish DC universe. The Omega Men, written by Tom King and with art by Barnaby Bigenda, has been described